Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy! Welcome back to more Pokemon Platinum! Last time, we defeated Flint and Lucian, completing our challenge of the Sinnoh League's Elite Four. This time, all that remains is our final battle against the Sinnoh League champion. We didn't come here to stand in Lucian's room and talk. We came here to fight, and that's what we're gonna do. I've already taken the liberty of healing everyone up, even restoring some PP with my trusty Lepa Berries. Let's step through to our final challenge. Have you been keeping well? Thank you for Mount Coronet, and for the Distortion World. I'm truly grateful. Together, you and your Pokemon overcame all the challenges you faced, however difficult. It means that you've triumphed over any personal weaknesses, too. The power you learned, I can feel it emanating from you. But that's enough talk. Let's get on with why you're here. As the Pokemon League champion, I accept your challenge. Prepare for one of the greatest battles in the entire Pokemon series. Cynthia is awesome. I have not sung enough praise of her, even with all the praise I have sung of her up to this point. This final battle theme is amazing, one of my absolute favorites. But how many battles can you say the intro theme is also one of your favorite themes in the whole series? Starting off the fight though, she begins the fight with Spiritomb, level 58, Ghost Dark type, pressure for its ability. With the moves Dark Pulse, Psychic, Silver Wind, and Shadow Ball. Seeing as this is strictly a special attacker, I decided to begin the fight with Supernova and see how much damage I'd be able to do to it. I didn't do as much as I was hoping. The Spiritomb has no real weakness, and I'm really thankful that it does not have any moves that it can set up with you aside from the all stats up it might be able to get from Silver Wind. Because if this had nasty plot, it could be, well, very nasty. Yeah, so I'm just thankful for that much. That did more than I expected. This is potentially bad. I'm not going to be able to KO it with a normal hit from Fire Blast. I might as well go for Thunderbolt. I was hoping to use Reflect with Supernova to maybe soften the blows from some of her other Pokemon, because you want to be prepared for some strong physical attacks. I'll just say that much right off. Let's restore a little bit more health. Probably not going to be enough to take another Dark Pulse from it, but we can hope, right? Maybe she was just getting really good on those damage ranges. Nope, not at all. First KO goes to her. Who next? Who next? Vanity can probably handle it, actually. I'd be very surprised if a Surf from Vanity didn't handle it. I know that she's been carrying us through most of these matches, and she's been easily the strongest member of our team through these Elite Four battles, but do what you gotta do. At least knock it out. Thank you for that. So we're even, 1 for 1. Get up to level 56. Man, just when you thought you couldn't get any stronger, you do, right in the face of danger. Next up, Roserade. Always gotta go with what works. Acrobat has been the designated killer of these since the day we were fighting Badoo, and since the day it was a Zubat. Roserade is level 58, Grass Poison type, natural cure for its ability, with the moves Energy Ball, Sludge Bomb, Toxic, and Extra Sensory. You might be wondering why I would use Acrobat against something that has a Psychic type move. I have one very logical reason. It's not Psychic. Yeah, I mean that in more ways than one. It's not a Psychic type, so no same type attack bonus, and it's also not the move Psychic, so it's probably not going to do that much. I should be fine to take one of these hits to the face, no problem. I said I should be fine. Wow, that did more than I expected. That's okay. She's going to use a full restore right here, but it doesn't matter. She doesn't have a priority move. It's just a matter of wearing her down at this point. And if she uses up all of her full restores on this Roserade in the particular situation that I'm in, better here than on something that could come out later. This is one of her Pokemon that I fear the least, so I'm glad that one of her full restores dropped here if it had to drop at any point. That does it for that one. Who next? Pokemon number 3 is so good. Oh god, if there was ever a Pokemon that I hated fighting, it's this thing. Togekiss is a friggin' tank. You thought I was gonna open with the levels and the types? No, that's more important. It's a friggin' tank. This takes so many hits and it's so annoying to fight. It's level 60, normal flying type. Thank goodness it's not a fairy type, at least I can be thankful for that much. Hustle for its ability, so I can also be thankful for that because its moveset is downright annoying if it had Serene Grace. It'd be much, much worse. It has Air Slash, Aura Sphere, Water Pulse, and Shockwave. Even though it has an electric type attack, I thought Vanity was our best option now that Supernova is down just because my special defense is so high. Sure enough, I'm able to take a hit just fine there. I'm gonna try Hydro Pump and see if it does more. I'm not sure on the damage calculation on this, but maybe with 120 power and the same type of attack bonus, it might just... No, it did about the same. Okay. That's fine. Again, if she uses a full restore, this is not the worst place where she could use it, where I'd really be the most afraid of it. This fight is hard, though. I am very intimidated by multiple members of her team. A lot of people consider this one of the hardest final battles in the entire Pokemon series. I've met many people that consider it the hardest, and I wouldn't blame you at all for thinking that. Personally, I count Coliseum and XD as main series games, and I would consider those final battles harder, but that's just me. And on that note, one of the biggest complaints that I see with modern Pokemon are that the final battles and just the games in general are really easy. Not so here. No, not at all. If you want a challenge and you've never played Platinum before, you will find it here. Some people might argue that the Diamond and Pearl fight is harder because Cynthia's team was leveled down a little bit for Platinum. I don't agree. I think the Platinum fight is harder. She didn't have this Togekiss in Diamond and Pearl. Instead, she had a Gastrodon, which was by far her easiest team member to knock out. You had one Grass-type move, it was done. This Togekiss does not go down so easily. And watch her HP scroll back up very, very slowly. It's building dramatic tension for what's coming next. We saw this in the fight against Lucian as well. Good. No more full restores. That's 2. I don't think she will ever use more than 2. I've recalled times where opponents in Pokemon have used more than 2 full restores, but it's not often. Kind of thankful that she wasn't using Air Slash in this fight. She wasn't going before me, so I didn't give her any opportunity to get off that flinch, because it can get really annoying. And who is coming out fourth? There it is. There it is. This was why I suggested you have an Ice-type move on something that can take a hit from a strong physical attacker. This Pokemon, as far as I'm concerned, this Garchomp by itself is the final boss of Pokemon Platinum. Nothing else even comes close in the way of difficulty. It is level 62, Dragon Ground type, Sandveil for its ability holding a Citrus Berry, with the moves Dragon Rush, Earthquake, Flamethrower, and Giga Impact. This is a beast. It is downright mean. About the only easy fight you'll ever have against it is, say it used Giga Impact, KO'd something, gave you a free switch-in, and you were able to hit it twice. But that's really about it. It outspeeds dang near everything unless you've got a Weavile. This was the sole reason why I gave the Icicle play to Eidolon. Oh, that's bad. That's really bad. That's really, really bad. Holy crap. Oh my god, that's bad. Oh man, I thought that would do so much more than it did. Oh god. Shadow Sneak. I'm just gonna try to get the chip damage. Maybe I'll get lucky. It'll do Dragon Rush and it'll miss, allowing me to get in another Shadow Sneak. Nope, it hit. That might have cost me the game. I thought Eidolon's higher attack stat would have been enough to do it. Acrobat's probably not gonna be able to outspeed it. Acrobat's fast, but it's 9 levels weaker than Garchomp. Vanity might be able to take a hit. Doesn't have much health. I'm probably better off just sending it out. I know that I could sack one of my other team members. Probably Acrobat would have been the smartest and use the Hyper Potion on Vanity. But I think I just want to go for it. There's that Dragon Rush. I might not have the best physical defense, but I have a lot of HP. Yes! There's the Ice Beam! Vanity! Coming through for us once again. You have never disappointed me. That's it. That's Garchomp. So glad that I didn't have Vanity fight more early in the fight. Lucario. I know who to use against this. I've had this planned out for a long time. Her Lucario is no slouch either. It's level 60. Fighting Steel type, steadfast for its ability, so you definitely do not want to flinch it. That could be disastrous. Has the moves Aura Sphere, Extreme Speed, Shadow Ball, and Stone Edge. Normally, I would set up with Curse against it, but that Aura Sphere is a special attack. If it just didn't have that and had some other fighting type move, I probably would right now. But we don't, so I'm just gonna go straight for it. You do over half of my health. That is also very not good. It's just a matter of seeing how much this Earthquake does. This is gonna decide a lot right here. I'm sorry if I sound really unsure of myself. I am legit nervous. Like I said, this is a hard fight. Dang. I need to be more sure of myself, actually. Bodhi's attack stat did really well right there. Who next? Milotic. How fitting. I'm gonna say Scythe. How fitting that her last Pokemon is one that we have on our team as well. Milotic, level 58, water type, Marvel scale for its ability, with the moves Surf, Ice Beam, Mirror Coat, and Dragon Pulse. I do not want to get hit by that Mirror Coat, so I'm going for my physical attacker. No! Bad time for that. But come on, Scythe. You can get your own critical hit. You have an increased critical hit chance on that move. You have an item that ups your critical hit chance. You can do it. Or no, you can't. This match was too fun to let it end this easily. I'm having fun too. I really am. My heart might be pounding out of my chest, but I can't say I'm not having a good time while doing it. Gonna heal because I know that Scythe can take a Surf to the face and be absolutely fine before attacking, so let's do that. Going for the Surf again. Could have also hoped to get lucky that it would have done something other than Surf and done less damage because I was low on health, because they tend to do that quite often. Here's the Leaf Blade. No critical. That's game. Just a few minutes ago, you were the most powerful challenger. And just now, you've become the most powerful of all the trainers. You are our newest champion. And with only 2 of our Pokemon knocked out, this team was excellent. Man, they pulled through. You gave the support your Pokemon needed to maximize their power, and you guided them with certainty to secure victory. You have both passion and calculating coolness. First time I've ever been called cool by anybody. Together, you and your Pokemon can overcome any challenge that may come your way. Those are the impressions I got from our battle. I'm glad I got to take part in the crowning of Sinnoh's new champion. Come with me. We'll take the lift. This battle already taught me that I need to have more confidence, but when Cynthia says that you're cool, it's completely null and void that the entire rest of the population of Earth says that you're not. She's just that awesome. The room ahead is the Hall of Fame. Emil, your last battle was splendid! Oh, hello, Professor Rowan. A child I enlisted for my Pokédex project has come this far. It's only natural that I come and witness the child's crowning glory. Emil, I shouldn't call you a child anymore. You've grown into a real champion. Professor, you still enjoy the enthusiasm kids bring to your research, don't you? Emil, step this way, please. Professor Rowan, please join us. It's been a long while since I last entered this room. If your last time here was when I became champion, then yes, that would be quite a long time ago. Emil, welcome to the Hall of Fame. Your names will be recorded for posterity here. What you are leaving are the memories of your adventures so far. It's time to record your names, you and your Pokémon. Remember, your Pokémon are partners that grew with you through many challenging battles. This machine will make a permanent record of your achievement. Let's let our team have their well-deserved rest. This team! We might have had some struggles early on, yeah. When we had Crobat as a Zubat, it was baggage to our team. Yeah, we did have some troubles with Turtwig, Grotle, and Torterra's typing here and there. There was the fact that Gallade's minus speed nature gave us some struggles from time to time. And yeah, Supernova might have missed every dang time I needed it to before the Elite Four. But you know what? These guys pulled through. This was one of the, I think, strongest teams I've ever used. It might be on the tanky side, but a lot of the Sinnoh decks consist of slower Pokemon. I've been very happy, very pleased with each and every one of these. I like how Scythe is elbowing Supernova in the back of the head. That's just really funny to me. Also, Scythe is just stealing all the glory from Vanity. I know that you won a lot of fights, but I think Vanity is more deserving of having its face in the shot. Just saying. Oh, man. But that's Pokemon Platinum version. It's been a long time coming, but we're done. I know I've already said my piece about this team, but this game, just kind of going into the game itself and not my personal playthrough of it, this is a really great Pokemon game. And it always made me sad that it had this reputation for being the one really bad one. At least Sinnoh did. I know Diamond and Pearl more so than Platinum, but I still do see a lot of Sinnoh negativity around the internet, and I'm just kind of glad that I could share why I like this game so much. Show all the ins and outs of it, all the little side modes, all the things that I don't really see noted in all that many places, because I think this is a good game. It was the Pokemon game that I played the most. It was one that kept me company through some hard times in high school. If I may get a little bit sappy there for a moment, it did keep me going. High school's kind of a tough place, and this game was really there for me when I needed it. There was... oh man, what else? This is just in general a huge game with so much content to it. There's a lot going on here. I also feel like Platinum in particular was the beginning of them wanting to make story-driven games. You had little bits of story and lore in previous Pokemon games, but the jump from Diamond and Pearl to Platinum, how much more plot they had. To give you an idea, there was no Cyrus speech in the Galactic Building. There was no Distortion World. There was also just not really a whole lot of backstory or motivation given to Cyrus in Diamond and Pearl. He kind of just hated emotion for the sake of hating emotion. They didn't go into a lot of detail on it. The characters were a lot more fleshed out. You saw a lot more interactions with Barry and Dawn in Platinum compared to Diamond and Pearl. That whole Canalave library text was added in Platinum as well. I feel like this was the precursor to what the series currently is, where it's a much more story-driven experience. And it was a very necessary step that doesn't get as much credit as it should due to it being a third version. And when I say that I hope I've given you a bigger appreciation for Sinnoh, I haven't just meant the games either. I've talked about the Sinnoh anime throughout the series and how I think it's something that people should watch if they have any interest in going back to the anime. And no more fitting time than right now to say that I also recommend it for the Sinnoh League battles. I will admit saying that I have not seen every episode of the Sinnoh League itself, but I've seen enough to know that there are fight scenes worth watching in there. Not to mention, I'm a big fan of the rivalry between Ash and Paul, and the way that it comes to a conclusion if you watch all of the Sinnoh anime is good. But yeah, it's been a long road getting here, and while I know this won't mean all that much to people who watch the series down the line, because I do try to design these series so they can be watched a long time from now and not feel dated, but the delays that we saw along the way I do feel like I need to acknowledge a little bit. I will admit that with this series, I do feel like I bit off a little bit more than I could chew with regular updates. I was hoping to have local multiplayer videos recorded in a way that I could still update regularly, but some of these videos were very challenging to put together. Those Sinnoh Underground episodes that we did, just for one example, it took several days just to record all the footage that I needed to go over everything that side mode had to offer. And Platinum is huge. There are so many side modes, so many just big pieces of content to go over. It wasn't easy. Of course, I always have fun editing videos, and I don't regret doing things the way that I did them, but yeah, it was kind of a case of me admittedly thinking I had things planned out, thinking that I had things right, but yeah, it was a big, big challenge. Other than that, I guess this is the last thing that I want to talk about. If you think that we are done here, that video title might say finale, but oh boy, if you have never experienced Platinum before, we are nowhere near done. If this game seemed big and impressive and full of content and like a really, really huge value as it was, you haven't seen anything yet. I would dare say that Platinum is arguably the Pokemon game with the most amount of content in it. Some might argue Black and White too, maybe, but Platinum is at least debatably up there with it. So, I will leave you guys here, and I'll see you back here next time for a second trek through the Sinnoh region as we see everything that's changed as we were on our journey. See you guys then. And as always, thank you for watching.